Okay, Sophia. G'day viewers, Ken here, aka Stone Toad. Welcome to Australia. I put a little video out earlier, I'll be putting it up after this one actually, about the terrain and stuff, how they've made the map 100% for those that haven't been to Australia, and that's a good representation of Australia as this. It's not 100% for, like, the foliage is a bit too much compared to sparse Australian foliage. These yucca bushes and everything like that are A1. The terrain, the territory, oh, absolutely beautiful. This is Sophia's. Oh, I'll take you around for a run. You've probably seen it before in other videos, early access ones and stuff like that. Farmer Simulator guys, we got the grain bins here. We got hay bales. Got some. That's an old wagon that there. Yeah, so just for those guys, I thought it would be funny. Don't know what tractor this is, guys. Rainwater tanks. Rainwater tanks are a very important thing in Australia, especially in these dry conditions. Like before, we just went across that cattle grid. I've got to talk about that. In America, you call them Texas gates, but basically it's to stop the cattle from walking across areas down the other grid. This is what happens a lot in Australian farms and all over the world. After you get some bad tyres, worn tyres and stuff, you always end up having a mess of them. This here, see the grid itself, they don't represent it too well here, but it's hollow underneath. Like, basically it's dug out underneath, and then you got the grid over the top for the cars not to drive over. These here are too fat for the cattle. Like, the cattle can't walk on there, they're too fat, right? So they come to here and they look down, there's a hole there normally. Not too much dirt in there, Sophie hasn't looked after us. Fences need doing. These are just normally like school fences, we call them. So yeah, this is Sophie's place. Eco-tourism, basically, that's the gist of this lot. You have Robert, who's a station owner. She's like, this is Sophia's family station, which she's made it into a tourist destination to make ends meet during a drought and other times. So 52 pickup, guys. No. But I can't go in the shop. There's a Waltzing Matilda book I brought back for Sophia, part of the missions. Just a general little kitchen. They have beers out there with the social club, which is the hunting club. You have the amenities here, the toilets and stuff like that. I'll show you the actual toilets. See, here in Australia we have a toilet and we have a basin. We don't have a bathtub in the same room. That's what you guys call bathrooms. It's a unisex one, in case you want a full. The actual places themselves, I'll take you into here. Quick look, and then we'll go out and have a look what's out in the field. Right, gun lockers. Did put a video out on the 16th or the 17th, before they had the early access stuff, about how the caravans got the gun lockers and that in it. Screen door, normally it's on the outside, but it stopped the blowies from getting in, blowflies. You got the gun boots there, galoshes or whatever else you call them. A fan, of course, just to circulate the air in the room, and the air conditioning. And another fan right next to the bed for you, because it gets bloody hot. But nice little pad, somewhere to park your butt and somewhere to sleep. That's all you need, really. And gun locker, of course. And we'll go out, shut the door, keep the mozzies out. That's to get the breeze going on a hot night too. Yeah, so this is here. Down in the back we've got a couple of ATCO huts. See, there's the air conditioning units there. Someone put a blanket over, bad thing, that will overheat. These things here, ATCO huts. Dongers we call them. the mines and that sort of thing use these. A lot of people use them as well. You might call them, can you open that? No, you can't. Some of you might call them trailer homes, but they're dongers. Some kitted out with kitchens and toilets and all the rest of that stuff. A good little eco village. We've got the bug zapper up here. At night, are they doing it during the day? At night, there she goes, this barking. Mozzies and stuff like that. You heard a blowfly just go past my ear. Oh, I heard it. Yeah, bug zappers. They work overtime in Australia. Now, these yakka bushes and that, I've got a video in real life over on Ken Werrett on YouTube. It shows you in the conservation park and that when I went hiking up there. These bushes here, see it's dry on the bottom end. If it's raining, I'll show you on a rainy day actually, that it's all dry underneath so you can start a fire and stuff. If you need to boil your billy and have a cuppa or whatever, or just to survive. Gum trees. Looks good, bark bottom, smooth skin. A lot of gum trees are like that. These ones here, they call them eucalyptus trees. I think they're ironbark trees. But beautiful. For people from other countries, they have nailed this 100% for a video game as a representation of Australia. 100%. Without a doubt. Without a lie, this will pass for any Australian to say, yep, this represents our country fine. It's not 100% on the actual foliage because it's got a lot of foliage. Our gum trees and that don't have that much foliage on it. And a lot of them have dieback as well, so yeah, which is a problem. Haven't been around this way yet. So out from Sophia's place, if you go the back there, we've got all this creek line, water holes, billabongs, billabongs and that sort of thing are basically come off the sea area. We've got the mangroves and that in this map as well. You have kangaroos, you have... The only thing they do not have, and I'll say it every single video, is the only predator in Australia is the dingo. Is the main predator for the kangaroos and that, apart from man and domestic dogs. But it's come out with the Aboriginals and that 40,000 years ago when they crossed the land bridge, and that's the only predator that we have in Australia, and they forgot it. They put the European introduced fox, and if they're trying to put introduced species only in it, then they missed a few of those too, because the European rabbit, and which is what I love eating rabbit, and I love going hunting rabbit, and trapping rabbit when the traps were allowed to be used. I must say that. And then after the traps weren't allowed to be used, I used nets and ferrets to go after rabbits in Australia. My missus makes a good southern fried rabbit, which is basically like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, all the southern herbs and spices, and it's great. We've had people that's never eaten rabbit before have it and said, oh, it's just like KFC. But anyway, this is the 300. We don't need that at the minute. This is the 22-250. The gun you if you do the missions, if you're new to the game or you're going to get the DLC, do the missions and get the gun for free. You do the first couple of things for Sophie and Robert, and there's only 2 things you do, and then you can go up and get this gun for free and prove you can use it with the target practice. But yes, that one I'll tell you straight off the bat, it's not a spoiler. It's please do that. It's like the New Zealand map. For all those new guys who are going to get the thing for free, at the end of this month, apparently, according to Lady Legend, she said they're going to be putting it out for the rest of the month for free on PC, I think it is, only. So you can go and get the map and download it, and then get all your DLCs and stuff like that, like the actual Leighton Lake and Hirschfelden is the 2 games you get with the game. And then you can go out and get all your DLCs, gun packs and duck packs and all the rest of those other beautiful DLCs that we have. And you can also go onto multiplayer and play with other people on their multiplayer maps without getting the DLCs. I've got to say that, because that will give you an idea because once you play on it, you'll want to get the DLC yourself, so you've got it on your own game. Trust me, that's how it works. You go and play multiplayer once, and you fall in love with the maps and that. Maps are fantastic across the board with the kangaroos. Gotta go over here a bit more. Across the board, the maps, all the maps are really good. They spend a lot of time putting the codes and in for just the grass, the mud, and everything else here. There's a lot of work going into all of these. When I first come onto the map, I went out to the first crossroad, and I went to go that way across the other side of the road, and I fell through the map. So if you experience that, just turn it off and come back on again, and it will set to solid ground. Because once it happened to me once, it didn't happen to me again. Because I tried to make a video on it, and I was going to put it out, but it made me out to be a liar, because I didn't go for the ground. That's a skip. So kangaroos in Australia do go like that. That's how they communicate. That was their interpretation of it there. But there's places on this map. I went up to the highlands. I'll show you in a sec. Right up here, and yeah, it's like the New South Wales hinterlands and that sort of thing. Big granite boulders and that sort of thing. It's great, absolutely fantastic. This is the plains desert area, savanna type area. There's kangaroos over there somewhere. Where are you? There you are. There you go. Skip. Skippy, 8 mythical. Look at that, guys. 8 mythical. There's probably 9 legendary somewhere there. 6 hard, 7. These female roos go aggressive, mainly. When I shoot one, hopefully I'll shoot one in a position where you can see that it's got a pouch. And it has the vent where the baby kangaroo, they sort of like sit backwards and curl their tail under, and the embryo comes out of the vent and goes up, crawls up through all the hair and goes into the lip of the pouch, and it can stay there in suspended animation for a long time. During drought and that, they can stay there in suspended animation. Was it suspended animation in the wound, and then they go up, one or the other. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Very, very weird type of critter. Other great critters. They taste alright too, by the way. Yes, we do our national anthem, emblem. It's on our coat of arms. The emu, which is another one that they might want to look into introducing for this area here, and most of the woodlands and stuff. And the cassowary. There's another one that I was watching Mel on that the other day, and Flinter and that, and they were saying that people are asking, Mel said there was people asking for cassowary, which I reckon is an absolutely beautiful bird, look good on the mounts. Flinter and that was saying with a crocodile mount that the wishlickens in the actual lodges to change the like, you know how you got the camouflages and that sort of thing for the tents and that now. They've made it so you can change your own platform. So to do the platforms, that's what he was saying, and I agree with him. To put water and a log or something in the corner of that stand and that platform, so it looks like he's coming out of the water eating a magpie goose. I do agree with that. If you watched the three of them the other day on the early access live stream, which is Mel, Clayton, and Flinter. Flinter was trying to describe what I'm pretty sure what he was talking about. He was saying like a weasel type thing for Australia. We haven't got weasels in Australia, but I'm sure he was talking about the bandicoot. Or sorry, the numbat. Numbat's a little orange little thing with nice sharp little teeth, and it's got little bands across the arse end of it, like a Tasmanian tiger, but a lot smaller. Like he said, no possum on that first because it's got that sort of like teeth things at the front, and it's got real wiry type hair, and it has bands around it, white and black bands around the rump of it, and that's what brushy tail. So that's what he was talking about, that sort of weasel thing. In case you sort of heard him say that, and there's no weasels in Australia. I saw KG's one where he was walking through the mangroves, and some people were saying monkeys and that in the mangroves. There's no monkeys in Australia except for in the zoos. But if you do want to go for a legendary animal, a mythical animal that people say is in the bush everywhere in Australia, and there's sightings everywhere, and we're not talking about the yowie, sorry Fooster, we're not talking about the Bigfoot or yowie, we're talking about the black leopard, the black cats. So if they want to put a melanistic cougar on here as a mythical animal that is in all our newspapers and everything else, they can do so. And even a mountain lion itself, because down southeast of Mount Gambier, South Australia here where I live, there's sightings all the time about cattle mutilations and that from big cats chewing off their faces, and that's, excuse me for the gore, but yeah, that's how big cats kill and eat their prey, and it has all the signs of big cats. And apparently they all come out with the Americans during the World War II when they come over here and had party time. They brought their mascots and that with them, and they left them here. They let them go in the bush because they were told to destroy them. And of course, you get attached to something. Like a lot of people here, they dump their cats and they're out in the bush, and they're the most things that we kill in the Australian outback and bush and everywhere at the moment. Is feral cats, like domestic cats. You know, when lambing season and that's on, we went out one night and ready to get all the foxes, and ended up killing 140 feral cats. And that's true, gospel. That's people dumping from the cities and that, dumping their unwanted litters and that out in the bush. And then they breed and they eat everything from insects to birds sleeping in the nest at night. They're the worst predator that cause a lot of extinction and stuff in Australia. But the big cats, that's the legend of those. There's sightings every day on them, all around Australia. So the dingo is one I'd, like we've got brindle coats. So if you go back through my videos on my stone-toed gaming channel, you go back through all the videos and that, and you'll see on Hunter Call the Wild, I talk about the Australian map, how they should make it, that sort of thing, what they should put in it. The Asian buffalo was another one that Mel mentioned the other day that everybody wants. Of course we do, because they're in Australia. I actually mentioned the bentang in my videos of describing what animals we could have on the Australian map. I definitely wanted dingoes because they've got coat covers from brindle to white to the a yellow colour that they have with white socks. Then you had the real dark reddy type colours. Yeah, heaps of different black. They got black ones, which is rare. Queensland actually has black dingoes with white socks and stuff like that, and white blazers and down their chest. And it's actually a purebred dingo too. It's not dogs crossed in or anything. They're the what I was just saying. They're all the purebred dingo colours that you can have. So that's to replace the coyote, and that I said it many times on all the videos, to replace the wolves and the coyotes on other maps. This they're hunting dogs for here. It's the only predator in Australia, apart from those big mythical cats, of course. And if you want a real legendary animal, this is where you put the boar. The razorback is a Australian video that everybody grew up with, and that's got a massive pig in it, size of a bull. And yeah, now that's a mount. Full wire-head razorback. Apparently the wild boars up in the hills, they got more hair on them. I shot a black one up there the other day. I want to compare it in my lodge, but I haven't done that yet. The video I put out on the 17th, I actually go to the lodge after talking a little bit. I was on Te Aroa, the New Zealand map, and I was on there and I was talking about I lost train of thought then. I totally lost what I was saying. Yeah, I was on Te Aroa, and oh, that's right, I went to the lodge halfway through that video. So I'm talking about what Australia should have on it, and the caravan thing. Like I found out about the caravan thing and that before the release of the thing, but they had them as the. Oh, I'm going to try something here too. Now, I have in my possession this one, the hazel thing, because I thought there was a Bob White quail thing. Is there a Bob White quail called? But I was going to try to use this to trick these little suckers in. Which one? Where is it? Oh, it's 3 away. Bang! There it is. 12 gauge with the red dot. I actually only just got the red dot the other day and goes. I basically adapted it for, they're over here, aren't they? Going to flush them out. Yeah. You know sunshine when you're gone. Quiet dog, trying to listen for fluttering. Oh man, where's the critters? There was a mob of roos before and I should have just went after them and blasted them. And you'll hear some of the bird noises and that. There's definitely Australian bird noises. He's over there, is he? Definitely Australian bird noises, but they need to introduce the magpie from Te Aroa into the Australian bush, because there's magpies everywhere around Australia. Get that sound bite from Te Aroa and put it over here for mornings and evenings. What? Quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast. Have we been cut off? I don't know if we've been cut off. I haven't got my camera on just because I didn't want to scare you all. So it's around by the dam. Yeah, so you have the wattle bird, the Australian wattle cuckoo. Oh, here. They're so small you don't know where they are. That's my problem with all the quail species. Oh, it just flew off. And one thing I learnt from KG when he fired at the quails and that, it got it grounded because it was flying along. He shot it. It was in the air, but it said grounded. So you got to get them basically when they take off. I've got some little marks on my TV screen there, and I'm looking to where the quail should be, and all I see is these little marks. They're going to be in the tree, so I can't see as usual. No, we'll let it go. Right, let's go. Alright, I'm not having much luck here, so I'll go over here to the coast. Where's the closest beach to the... I was going to go up to the top bit up there to show you the bush that I know as bush. The mangroves. We'll go by the mangroves because we're not seeing anything. What the... No wonder KG has so many cuts in his videos. The hot air balloon. Private eyes watching you. When you first come, you're sort of up high and then you drop down. I think they drop you off on the balloon. No, it's just to give you a bird's eye view of what's going on. I wish you can actually get, have the camera up there. Right, this is a nice cabin here. An Australian little humpy. Instead of the wood, we probably have tin. Yeah. So this is a nice little place. Look, Te Aroa, the troll. You find little things around of all the different maps and that. You got the microwave, the cuppa mixer there, bowls and stuff ready for coming in and having a cuppa and taking a break. At top, this is the dunny, should be. Yep. Toilet. Yes, there's no bath or shower or anything in this place. Locker, a fan's going, of course, to keep the air circulating. Venetian blinds, so you can close them up and keep all the light out, which cools the place down. Basically a tin shed. Yeah. You have to go to the door like that and like Farming Simulator when you're doing most of the doors. Right, we're going to head towards the coast, or down towards the mangrovey area. The beach. There, I want the beach. Because that's where the gators crocodiles are going to be. The Americans got me saying gators already. I'm always correcting them, jumping down their throat saying crocodile, crocodile. Yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, this track here, there's normally bentangs up in here. The only way I can remember to say bentang is, you know, the Ben 10 cartoon. Yeah, I say Ben 10. When the kids used to watch it, that's the only way I can say Ben 10 and bentang. Put a G on there. Oh, hear that bird just then? That was actually a wattle bird. There's normally some bentang up here. There's the male. He's a level 3, not much to it, and there's should be some females around here somewhere. Oh, here we come again. Yeah, that's him moving down. So I think we'll shoot him. So I've got the 300. I'll pop him off and then we'll have a look at him. Because there may actually be some people that haven't seen him yet. Okay. He's not going down in a hurry, we'll go after him. Ain't no sunshine when you go home. Oh, one of my profiles, you'll see me loading all the time. I think I'm going to take that out of the animation off because it takes too long to do it. You can work the bolt after every shot. I have that animation on, and I also have no tracks on that. So you like basically run around shooting by sight because you have your dog to track. We'll come over here and see where he's gone, and then that's a little that's what I said, the little potty dunny and that over there, and tables and stuff, and a bit of information thing about the mountain. Where'd it go? There it is. Heading towards the swamp. So we're going to have a look at the swamp anyway, but looks like can't see him anywhere. Ain't no sunshine when you go home. Here we go, go. That song was got in my head this morning. I was playing with the boys just before on the multiplayer, and I'll be popping back over there in a minute. I was going to chuck them onto here, but I wanted to just quickly go and make a live stream. It says insufficient before. Oh, here he comes. Hey, son. Come on, son. Why don't you run? Ah, too far back. Might slow him up a little bit though. Heart shot. Texas heart shot. That's bad shooting, by the way. I just want to kill the thing so you know. So once this thing goes down, if it ever goes down, then we'll have a look at it. Oh, there it goes, it's down. Because I did mention on my previous videos about scrub cattle, because they've got a lot of different colour variation, which is a lot of them wild up in Northern Territory and Queensland and stuff, and they have different horn sizes, different coats, brindles and patchies and black and whites and brown and whites and all types of colours. So this is a big old male. He's only a 3, but he has the white feet and that. Bentang, they come over, they were used in Asia as like the water buffalo and that as well, during the rice paddies and stuff, and they brought them out here to use as beasts of burdens and stuff, and they got away from them, and they mainly live in Northern Territory, up in the swamps and that up there. Yeah, that's him. Level 9 animal. And what's that target thing down there mean? Is that integrity? Is that the integrity one? Because we know half the time we get in the bad ammo, but look at the horns. Oh yeah. I love it. Right, now, since we're sort of over this way, we'll go down towards the, because we'll go and see, I'll show you how gators kill you. Fucking crocodiles will kill you. God. Crocodiles are very, very, very dangerous. Alligators, you can hold their mouth shut. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now everybody's asking for 0.20 of the African map, and now they've got crocodiles. All they have to do is enlarge them by 2, the size of them, and that's a Nile crocodile. You can use it as a Nile crocodile. They've got a beefier, gnarlier head, really, but yeah, you can have fun with that one. A thing to introduce. They can introduce mallard ducks into here, because we have mallard ducks in Australia. We have black Pacific ducks, which are basic. Did you hear that? Which are basically the female mallard ducks, but the males have, well, that's magpie geese. The males have blue on their wings, and I think the females have green. There's magpie geese flying over, or flying away, I should say. Away from me. Here we go. Here's a croc. He's just on the water down there. Did you see him? Never ever trust crocodiles. And a lot of Australian guys that I know that are playing this game, even the billabongs and stuff, the lakes up in the map more, they won't go near the water straight away, because they think that the croc's going to be there ready to kill them. And yeah, now that one's getting alert. There's one in the water, remember, so we've got to watch out for that, because they chased me up the hill last time and bit me twice. They don't mess around. They come after you and they'll annihilate you. Like in the these are saltwater crocodiles. That's why they're out by the sea here, by the way. And you can get them inland as well. One down there, one there. I think I might try this one down here. I think I got him. Have we got this one as well? Oh, I was already in the breed mode. Hold your breath mode. Oh, he's going back to sleep and sunning. Crocodiles will sit there with their mouths open. That's how they regulate their heat. That's dead straight away, see? 300 holds integrity on that. I'll show you with this one. But it's close to the water, so I've got to really watch myself. I'll listen to my dog. I nearly said Jamal then. Shout out to KG. So yeah, I'm old, right? I'm 57-year-old, and when I first started watching KG and subscribed to him, he was like a jumping around, very enthusiastic lad, and yeah, stopped watching him, put it that way. But now he's settled down a little bit, and I can put up with him a lot more now. Very interesting with all these channels he's got. I enjoy them well. That's only a 600 silver to deliver. All integrity held by 300. You don't need the 470. You can use it, I suppose. And watch out for the crocs around here, right? Now we'll go and get this one, and the other one will hit the water. Hopefully it will float up by the time we get there, because I'm sure I hit it good. All these sleep zones and feed zones and stuff, you sort of open them up and then you have a field day. But Australia, which I should have said as soon as I started this, I forgot. A shout out to or respect to the Aboriginal community, traditional owners of Australia, from past, present and future, and law, which is the thing they're pushing, well not pushing, but the things they've started now to teach the young brothers and young women is language, origin of language, and then respect for elders. It's a law thing they're starting to bring out in the communities and that, and re-educate and share with everybody. So there we go. A couple of crocs. We all love crocs. So we'll just cash them out. Wait for Noggin to come up. I don't think he's coming up. How many have I got on my map? Oh no, DOS. Just those two. So that's it for there. Now I'm going to take you up to the top. Up to the top. Up here was a bear hunting. Oh, a noise. Sound like a magpie goose. We've got magpie geese too. I haven't got the caller or anything like that to call them in. Normally in the swampland, the alligators will scare them off. And yeah, they've been a bit of a mongrels. Excuse me, I'll just have a drink of coffee. No one's jumped in there yet. I left the chat thing up there, but I'm not really into reading it when there's no one there to read. I am starting an hour later than what I was. Look at another nice cabin. Another nice cabin. Got a bike rack there with a pushy. Blue barrels. Catch water in it. We'll go in and have a look at the interior of this one. Why not, eh? Which one? There. So we've got the fan, of course, to cause a bit of ventilation. Got the fridge, a microwave on top of that, cooker. Just normal kitchen area. Some nice plates from Mexico. Love them. Wish I could build my place like that. A lot of these things from the Leighton Lake thing. Really don't see any point in those sort of mounts. Your gun locker, and of course your bathroom over here, which doesn't open. There's definitely a room in there. A nice big double bed to change time. Fan next to it, of course, keep ventilation going during the night. And there we go. We've got some divider walls. Basically, we made the structure and then put divider walls in it, so it gives ventilation from the roof. Heat rises, right? So yeah. Close that. Nice little veranda off the ground to let ventilation circulate around the house. UV protection, bit of suntan lotion on the bloody lounges there, and the umbrella. Australia's the leading capital of skin cancer because of the very, very bright hot suns and stuff. These yucca bushes, can't tell you enough. Beautiful things. Right, this is where... Slow up, Sean, slow up. Alright, now I'll see if I can go down here quietly. As you can tell, I've got some hunting pressure up further at the lake, or at the start of the river. No, it's raining again outside. Wind in the trees. What's that? Looks like we've got kangaroos over here. They should be deer. Deer, like I said. Oh, we've got skips around here too. We've got kangaroos. So you could have emus and that running up through this area and that as well. Cassowaries and that in the rainforest areas and stuff. But emus can be running through the woodlands here as well as the savannas. They'll make good mounts. Especially if they make a mount, like I said, like Flinter was saying. If they make an emu mount, like in the actual lodge, with a nest with the big. We got purple metallic-y black type emu eggs, and it's always the male that sits the eggs, and he's the one that looks after the chicks. The female breeds and lays the eggs, and then she goes off wandering, and he looks after the eggs and then the babies as well. I think that was Java Java deer over there. So you got these tea farms here. Bushel Tea is a brand in Australia. With the tea farms here, we have once the Jolly Swagman. You know, it's based on Mossing Matilda. This the theme of this map, and the campfire at Billabong under the shade of the Coolabah tree. And the billy that we use is like a tin kettle type thing with a lid on it, and you put the tea leaves and that in it, and then you bring it to the boil. And when you take it off, you get, and some people put a gum leaf in it, and you swing it around like you do like a helicopter, round and round 3 times, and that mixes the tea leaves and everything together. Then you give it a bit of a swirl, and then you pour your tea out, billy tea, and have it with your damper, and the tea leaves. These plantation tea leaves probably represent Bushel's tea or Lipton tea. Oh, Lipton tea's overseas, but Bushel's tea probably. That's a brand that's been in this country for a long time, and this probably represents, because that's where the farms where I think Roberts farms, tea farms, and the deer like coming in here and eating, of course. Is that a samba? No, it's a Java rufus. Rusa, sorry. Now, I have an Australian book, and later on during the live streams, if everybody starts getting on there and looking and liking and subscribing and all the rest of that, I shall be getting my book out that we have in Australia, which shows all the ferals and shows you these guys in actual real life photos. So I'll show those on the camera when I put the camera on. I'm not going to put it on just yet because nobody's even in here. But if anybody gets me out there and checks me out and stuff, and then I'll start showing you the dingo patterns, like I said, with the brindles and stuff like that. And they're actually in the book. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of those in there. And it will show the dingo dog itself, which even KG, you know, he's an American and he's a well-known shooter and hunter and everything else. Shout out to go over and look at all his stuff. He's got merch and that there to buy. Like I said, didn't get on with him at first, and because I'm an old bloke, don't like a lot of yelling and carrying on, jumping around, but he's calmed down a bit now, so I enjoy everything he puts out. And go and watch him. He's a good lad. And they're starting to do podcasts and that as well too, so it's interesting to listen to their dribble. But he's one guy I'd love to go shooting with, actually, on the game. One of the YouTubers. I'd love to go shooting with him because he's a bit of a card, bit of a character, and for the good. He's not one of those people that swear and carry on like a banshee. And he loves his mammy. See if you, I don't know, did his mammy get a letter from the Queen? Because in Australia, if you turn 100, you get a letter from the Queen. Poor old Queen, eh? She's gone. You know so? Right, see, just then, I'll get that bush and I'll show you. Where was it? There, flag. See that tree over there with the flag and that on it? Some of the pixels like that are on some of the trees. Don't worry about it. There's just a lot of stuff goes into it. Come on, where's the boom? I'm going to show you all these deer. And I end up coming down here to the forest. I need to go up north more, I think. Up north more to this lake, let's say. So I wanted to show you different terrain up there, because I like it a lot. Oh shush! Now they're gonna start yelling at me just as I was taking off. Oh, damn. Magpie geese. You can see them there. The only thing that colours, they've got yellow, orange, and maroon at the moment, and that's their face. That's it. For their colorations and that. There's a caravan park up here. Must be a good spot. Everybody's come here. Volvos. What's the thing with Volvos? Oh, that's right. The makers are Swiss, aren't they? Bloody Swedes with their Saabs and Volvos everywhere. Although the Pink Roadhouse in Australia has got the woman there who owns it has got a Volvo, and she has a pink one sitting outside the Pink Roadhouse at Unadilla. If you ever in Australia touring around, go to the Pink Roadhouse at Unadilla. Be prepared to pay a lot of money for petrol because it's in the middle of nowhere. And if a fella called Mick wants to pick you up and take you for a tour ride to show you some places, don't go. If you get the reference. Jared, eh? He's a good guy. Here we are. Who that there? Yeah. On the live stream the other day with Mel on it, they were saying, if a kangaroo could talk, what would it say? I can tell you what it would say. Get off my land. It's not get off my lawn, it's get off my land. That's what it will say. And the aggression of a kangaroo's, I don't have to show you any because everybody's put them out there. The white kangaroo, the albino, that's a thing. My brother's been after it for 2 days now. I haven't come across it in this one yet. Haven't come across anything yet. Come on. If we can't find much here, we're going to have to go back. But I'm basically trying to show you the terrain and that. See, the terrain's different here to what it was earlier. Excuse me. Half a lung. Yeah, so this area's here. Like you could have, you could hunt. Oh, bloody red deer. Since when do we have red deer? I'm going to look in the feral book because I've never seen a red deer in Australia. Although there is some sort of reddy coloured ones up near Clare. But red deer are pretty big and I don't think it was one of them. What can we see? I can't see it, lad. Well, we've been going for 40 minutes and nobody's really jumped on, so I might actually leave it here. And there's nothing really out there, so I'll just make another recording later and just put it up as a video, not a live stream. Tomorrow I want to put one up, or this afternoon I want to put one up as a live stream for an hour or so, try to get some other people into it, and we'll go from there. So from me, Ken, aka Stone Toad, go over to Ken We're at Real Life channel, check it out, and thank you for watching. And if you see this later on, like and subscribe and go over to the channels and check them out. Thank you very much. Uru. Bye.